Hi, Taylor T. Carlson, and once again, back to the world of the Power Rangers. I just did a video where I showed off what I thought were my top 10 picks for villains that there need to be Hasbro Lightning Collection figures up. Today, I'm doing the same for heroes and allies of the Rangers and certain incarnations of the Rangers. Like the other list, I'm not limiting it to the TV show. There will also be stuff from movies, comics, and maybe even some Super Sentai stuff that didn't make it to America. Let's go ahead and get started. At number 10 on our list from the Power Rangers comic, we have the Green Rangers. You'll notice I said Green Rangers, plural, with an S. There's an episode in the comic where they have to reroute their morphing through the green power coin, so they're able to morph, but they're all green. Kind of an interesting twist there. I mean, they retain all their abilities and such, but this would make a great 5-pack of figures. I mean, they can basically be variants of the figures that already exist because we already have, regular Mighty Morphin figures in the Lightning Collection for all the core heroes. So this would make a great 5-pack of figures, a great variant for the fans. Number 9 on the list, the Stone Canyon Rangers, Rocky, Adam, and Aisha. These three characters have been, somewhat represented in other toy lines. Rocky and Adam have actually been made into Zeo figures in the Lightning Collection as the green and blue Zeo Rangers respectively, but they took over for Jason, Trini, and Zach, so I'd like to see their versions of the Mighty Morphin Rangers made into figures here. I mean, you can more or less use the same sculpts that you use for the current Rangers bodies from the first part of the first season, and then you can just use the same heads from the Zeo collection, although I'm guessing they'd have to create a new sculpted head for Aisha, because I don't think there's been any version of her, since she was only a Mighty Morphin Ranger, if memory serves correct. Number 8 on the list, the 2017 movie Power Rangers. Now, this wish is just wishful thinking and nothing more. I don't know if Hasbro has the rights to create figures from the movie, because it's called Saban's Power Rangers, and Saban and Bandai are no longer making the toys, but this was a great team, and I thought the actors portraying them did a very good job. It'd be great to see a set of figures of these 5 Rangers, and then maybe even throw in the incarnations of Zordon and Alpha from the movie as well. At number 7, the All-New Rangers. You may be wondering, who are the All-New Rangers? There was a 6-issue miniseries starring Kimberly in which she goes to find her mother after leaving a gymnastics meet, only to find that there's a monster who's been turning everyone into fish people who's led by Goldar. And Kimberly ends up retaining some of her ranger powers because she didn't transfer her powers to Cat with the Sword of Light the way the other Rangers did before, so she retains some of her power. And she's actually able to use some power to give the power to some other people she meets in her travels, and even Zach comes back temporarily. These Ranger costumes are a little different than the ones we're used to, and it's kind of a cool departure. One of my favorite things that I've seen in the comics. I mean, if Lord Draken, the villain, can get a figure, why can't the All-New Rangers? Number 6 on our list, Ninjor. Ninjor was the creator of the Power Coins, and the Rangers had to seek him out in the Ninja Quest 4-parter so that they could get their new powers after Rito Revolto destroys their Zords. Ninjor essentially is the TV show's equivalent of the character Dulcia from the film, and he's kind of an eccentric but entertaining character. He's got that Dudley Do-Right voice that makes me laugh every single time I hear it, and he can also grow to enormous size on his own without, getting a Zord or having anyone do that for him. So Ninjor is an ally to the Rangers that I think should be represented here. Number 5 on our list, Masked Rider. You're probably telling yourself and scouting your computer screen right now, why would they make a Masked Rider figure in a Power Ranger line? He had his own show that was really short-lived and canceled. And you would be right, but what you might not know is that character in America actually debuted in the Season 3 premiere, A Friend in Need, which was a 3-parter episode where they go to the planet Edenoi, where Alpha 5 was created, and they go to assist Masked Rider in fighting off some villains. Of course, he was spun off into his own short-lived American TV show, but a lot of people forget that that version of the character actually started on Power Rangers. even though the TV show itself pretty much does not mention Power Rangers at all and makes no reference whatsoever to the events of this episode. It'd be cool to see him here because, it's an underrated character and he actually has ties to Power Rangers. Definitely one I don't think should be overlooked here. At number 4 on our list, we have the 1995 movie Rangers. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie from 1995, was noteworthy because it was the very first American Power Rangers production to not feature any Super Sentai footage whatsoever. The costumes were completely redesigned for this movie, and on top of that, the Rangers even had some unique weapons that they never used on the show. These, to me, are very underrated versions of the Rangers, and since the movie is not considered canon, a lot of time people just plain overlook it, and that's a shame because these redesigned costumes are very cool, and I think they deserve to get made into figures in the Lightning Collection. Number 3 on our list, the Mighty Morphin Alien Rangers. They come from a planet called Aquitar near the end of the Mighty Morphin franchise because they have to help the Rangers fight against Lord Zed and the forces of evil when they get morphed into kids and can't transform into Power Rangers anymore. This was a very interesting arc that really tipped the scales in a lot of different directions fans might not have expected, going right up to the end of the franchise where it eventually turns into Power Rangers Zeo. And again, I would love to see the Alien Rangers as figures. These were actually the costumes that were used by the main heroes in the Kaku Ranger franchise, which had a lot of monsters and costumes adapted for Season 3 of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. At number 2 on our list, Dulcea from the 1995 Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie. They say every little boy's first crush was Kimberly. For me, it was Dulcea. I mean, she's extremely tough, doesn't have to transform into anything. She's gorgeous. She dresses in a scanty outfit. She chases off the Tengu warriors with no difficulty whatsoever. And she even admittedly shows some adversity towards the Rangers at first, not knowing who they are or if they're even really good guys. The only complaint I have with that character is she's just really not in the movie enough, but she left an impact on a lot of young fans, this one included. And it's a shame to see she's criminally underrepresented in toy lines because I think she'd be a great addition to the Lightning Collection. And number 1 on our list of the figures that we want to see in the Lightning Collection, my 2 all-time favorite Power Rangers characters, the heart and soul of the franchise, the comic relief, Bulk and Skull. These guys have been a part of the Power Rangers franchise pretty much longer than anyone that's actually been a Power Ranger. I mean, I think Bulk even stuck around for a little bit after the Zordon era ended. And these two, they start off as bullies in the first season, but still comically get their comeuppance in every way imaginable. In Season 2, they launch a foolhardy quest to try to find out who the Rangers are. In the 3rd season of Mighty Morphin, they become junior police officers, of course making a lot of trouble for their superior officer. And then by the time Zeo rolls around, they become detectives. There's no shortage of ways you could depict these characters. They're hilarious, and there's so much you could do with them. It's a shame that people overlook them because they're not superheroes or supervillains, even though they've stepped up to the plate and saved the day a few times. What characters would you like to see made into figures in Hasbro's Power Rangers Lightning Collection? Comment down below and let me know what you think. Also remember to subscribe to this channel. I'm always posting new content, and give this video a like if you found it helpful or interesting. I'm Taylor T. Carlson. See you next time.